Welcome to Toffee TV. It's the instant match reaction to Bournemouth 1, Everton 0. I don't know where to start. That was one horrendous performance by Everton. This was the game, mentioned it on the preview, where the season fell apart for Everton last year, and it's been the game this year where reality has firmly set in. I've tried to be positive all season. Season so far, tried to get over the fact that we didn't bring in enough quality players in the summer, because I thought we had enough quality to do well up until January, and that still may be the case. But what a difference a week makes. Last Saturday, after we'd just beaten Middlesbrough to win our fourth straight Premier League game, it was looking really rosy. Talked about how we controlled the game, and I didn't feel as though we played well last week against Middlesbrough, but we had enough going forward. And that dip in performance, which it was last week against Borough, went into Tuesday night, which was pathetic. And I suppose today you're thinking about a reaction. I thought we'd have a reaction today. I thought either got into the plays all week and we'd come out fighting today and make sure that we were back on track with a game against an average side, because that's all Bournemouth are, average at best. They play nice football and they work hard. They haven't really got... There's not a player I'd have in my side of the Bournemouth side, but that doesn't mean anything. They were a better team than us today, and they deserve the win. Like Eddie Howe, and the fact that how hard their players work was fantastic, a good result for them. But from our point of view, it was embarrassing. That for me was the worst performance since Anfield. Because it had nothing in it. It didn't get any better from minute 1 to minute 97, I think it was, when it finished. I just feel, if I was a player today, I'd be embarrassed. And I mean that from every single player. I don't think any player put in a performance. The goalkeeper, I'm not having that goal. I'm not having it. I'm not having why he's on the 6-yard box in that position. Sorry. He's been brilliant for us so far this season, but not having the goal, for me, he's at fault. Also with the goal, why is nobody picking him up? Who's marking Stanislaus? I'm not having that. I'm not having the fact Harry Arter can look up and just square it to him, and he's got no pressure on him and he can line it up. This is a lad that West Ham let go. He's rubbish. Well, it's not rubbish, but he's not a player who you'd be worried about, and he got 2 against us last year there and he scored again today. It's just not good enough. I'm afraid it's not good enough. Let's just try and start at the beginning. The team he picked, Oviedo, never should play, sorry. People give Leighton Baines stick. You need to have a word with yourselves, because if that's our backup, the last 2 games we've had a look at his threats to that position, and you think that they're genuine threats, you need to have a word with yourself. Baines, by far, the best left back. I think Garbutt's much better than Oviedo. I think Funes Mori can't play there, but it's better than Oviedo there. I think you could have put Holgate there, you could have put anyone there, because they were all better than Brian Oviedo. Coleman at right back, I said it the other week, I'm just not having it. I'm not having the fact Mason Holgate was dropped for him. He's come in, and for me, people see different games, and that's fine. Everyone's got an opinion, haven't they? And rightly so. But for me, he's poor Seamus at the moment. I don't know what he's never been able to defend, or he's been suspect defensively. But his attacking threat always got him out of trouble, and that was why he was a big asset to us. But he scored a great goal last week against Borough, but I'm sorry, the amount of attacks that break down when he gets the ball, because he just turns around now and passes it back. No, not for me. Holgate should be there at the moment. Williams and Jagielka had the worst game I think they've had this season. Williams was all over the place. Didn't have a good game at all. Garner was poor, but Gareth Barry shouldn't have been on the pitch. He was injured. Ross defended him, as you know, and people have given me stick over it. Can't defend him again today. He's had 2. This week, he's had 2 nightmare games. Thought he'd done well against Borough last week. Tuesday he was rubbish, today he was rubbish. Balassi was rubbish, Morales was rubbish. It's easy to go through the team and say they were rubbish, because they were. Lukaku was rubbish. He said he was. I think he should score the header, personally, but it's made a decent save, but he should score. And other than that, he done nothing. Now, I know he's probably not 100% fit, so I'm not going to harp on about him. But he's, for a player who was saying he's one of the best in the world, he's too many games just passing by. It's just not good enough. you know, but we don't give him any help either. You know, when he does try and get older, there's no one anywhere near. You know, I think the manager's, why Tom Davis isn't in that squad is beyond me. I can't get my head around it because he's much better than Cleverley. Miles better than Tom Cleverley. Jerry, I love Gerard Deulofeu, but at the moment he's dreadful. He just does nothing. You know, it's just so frustrating because we've had a good start. I want to sit here and be like, oh, we're crap and all that, but this week has been a real bump and a real back to reality week because all the problems have reared their heads again. Everything under Martinez, you know, and yeah, Roberto Martinez was responsible for a lot of stuff that has gone on over the last few years, but he's not there no more, and the new manager's come in, and the new manager's straight talking, he's trying to get them fitter. The players look knackered today, so can he not cope with a game in midweek and training? That's terrifying if that's the case. We're saying we want to be in the Europa League, yeah, we can't do a midweek game on a Tuesday night, by the way, and not be fit enough to compete with a very average side on the Saturday. That's terrifying. I think there's problems the way we play. I think that I've said this before, this 4-3-3 doesn't work for me. It's bollocks in terms of real threat. I think if you get it right, then it can be dangerous, but there's no like rhyme or reason with it. You know, we won 3-0 at Sunderland, it was great, we could have had 7 or 8, but that was in the second half and everything clicked. But Saturday against Borough, it was a bit scruffy, but you know, but Spurs, West Brom, was it great? Stoke, was it great? I don't know. I'm not sure about the makeup of our players. Players aren't playing well. Ross Barkley, you know, I can go through the whole team. They're just not playing well. They've not played well today. Garner has been great, but like I said the other night, after the hour mark on Tuesday, I don't know where he is because he was missing for half an hour the other night. He's been missing for 80 minutes today. Gareth Barry clearly wasn't fit. You know, and if it's a case of we've got to have our best 11 and they've all got to be 100% fit, we're going to struggle, aren't we? Because we've lost Baines today, who's a big part of that team. You know, but there's players who've dipped. Seamus Coleman for me. Palace next week, get Coleman out the side, get Holgate back in at right back. Start making players look and think, I'm not going to play you. If I don't perform, get Ross out the side on Friday night, change it. You know, change it. The problem is, I suppose, trying to change it. Who comes in, who's performed? You know, I think I'd be tempted Friday to put Morales behind Lukaku, play Lennon one side, and give Balassi the benefit of the doubt and play him on the left and see what he can do. See if Lennon can make a difference, because at the moment it's a bit worrying. That wasn't good enough today. From Everton's point of view, it wasn't good enough. They dipped well below the standards. The work rate wasn't even there. They couldn't match Bournemouth's work rate. And for the last half an hour, Bournemouth, don't get me wrong, Bournemouth didn't do much. You know, the better teams than us will go there and beat them by 3. I'm telling you that now. But they cope with us comfortably. So I'm not dissing Bournemouth. They cope with us comfortably. We didn't offer anything. And when you're sitting on the edge of your box with half an hour to go like they were, we've got to be cuter than that. Why's Ross got to take a touch every time? Why can't Deulofeu put an early cross in? Why's Coleman got to stop and put little floaties in? Why can't he just deliver? Why's Balassi got to try do 43 tricks instead of whipping some in early and having to make the defenders think? Everything we done today was Martinez-esque. It was slow down, pass it, stop, and it's easy to defend against. It's worrying. I said all summer we needed 2 centre forwards. You know, we didn't get any. Well, we got Valencia, and he come on, and to be fair, he nearly scored, but he's gone at it with his knee, which is a bit mad. We needed 2. Kone is the worst striker I've ever seen at Everton. Nias isn't worth a carrot, as being told. So you may as well start bringing some kids in and using different options from the bench. You know, bring Anthony Evans in, put him on the bench, or bring a Liam Walsh in, get Tom Davis in the side, let alone on the bench. You know, it's just so it's disheartening because we've had a good season. We've had a good few games to start the season, and Norwich the other night was appalling. And so what you do is the next game you make sure you get a reaction to it, and there's been no reaction to Norwich today. And that's 180 minutes in 5 days where we've been absolutely abysmal. And today we were, like I say, for me, the worst performance since Anfield. We offered nothing. There was no sustained pressure. Their goalkeepers had to make one save, which is routine for them, really. Other than that, nothing. That's not good enough. Not good enough. So anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. There's nothing else to say, is that it was crap. Me and Ped will be doing the final word on Monday. Have a look out for Ped's aftermatch thing, and I'll see you next time on Toffee TV.